You might think you know Neil Gaiman, but here are 12 facts you may not have known about the comics master of dark fantasy. Neil Richard Gaiman was born November 10, 1960, in Portchester, England, in the county of Hampshire. Upon the occasion of his marriage in 2011, he added the name McKinnon, his wife's middle name, as his own second middle name. Some of Gaiman's biggest literary inspirations as a child and young man were C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia, J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, and the works of Edgar Allan Poe, Michael Moorcock, Harlan Ellison, Lord Dunsany, and G.K. Chesterton. Gaiman pursued a career in journalism and short fantasy writing until he came across an issue of Swamp Thing by Alan Moore in a train station. Gaiman was so impressed he became hooked on comics and, after forming a friendship with Moore, soon began writing them himself. Gaiman's earliest major comic work was picking up the Marvel Man series, known as Miracle Man in America, from his friend Alan Moore, though his run would go unfinished for years because the publisher folded. Other early work includes the graphic novels Violent Cases, Signal to Noise, Mr. Punch, and the revival of the obscure DC character Black Orchid. Impressed with his reimagining of Black Orchid, DC offered Gaiman the chance to reinvent another classic DC character, the Sandman. Previously a pulp-style adventurer and then standard superhero, Gaiman transformed Sandman into a dark fantasy series about the Lord of Dreams, and the series was so popular it helped inspire the creation of DC's mature readers imprint, Vertigo. Other comic works by Gaiman include Secret Origins of Poison Ivy and the Riddler, The Books of Magic, some Spawn stories that would cause a lawsuit that you should watch our Spawn video to learn about, Marvel's 1602, Eternals, various graphic novels, and 2 miniseries starring Death, Sister of Dream from Sandman. Even though comics are the most important art form, for some reason, Gaiman has also written popular prose novels such as American Gods, Anansi Boys, The Ocean at the End of the Lane, and Good Omens, co-written with Terry Pratchett, children's fantasy novels such as Coraline and The Graveyard Book, and children's books such as The Day I Swapped My Dad for 2 Goldfish and The Wolves in the Walls. 1991 saw the release of Sandman No. 19, which tells the story of Dream commissioning William Shakespeare to write and produce A Midsummer Night's Dream for the fairies of England. This issue would win the World Fantasy Award for short fiction in 1991, becoming the first comic book to do so. Gaiman has also won a bevy of other awards for comics and prose alike, including 15 Eisner Awards, 4 Hugo Awards, 6 Locus Awards, 4 Bram Stoker Awards, a Carnegie Medal, a Newbery Medal, an International Horror Guild Award, and a British National Book Award. Gaiman's well-known friendship with musician Tori Amos began after Amos referenced Sandman on her demo tape. She would go on to mention Gaiman in several of her songs, including Tear in Your Hand and Space Dog. In turn, Gaiman has based characters in his writing on her, including a talking tree in Stardust and Sandman supporting character Foxglove. Many people think Dream's sister Delirium is based on Amos, but Delirium actually debuted before Gaiman and Amos met. Gaiman is currently married to musician Amanda Palmer, known for the band the Dresden Dolls and that TED Talk about asking for money. The two had a non-legally binding flash mob wedding in 2010, and then had a legally binding one in 2011 at Michael Chabon's house. Babylon 5 creator J. Michael Straczynski liked Sandman so much that he added a race to the show named after Gaiman called The Game. The aliens wore masks very reminiscent of the helmet worn by Dream in the earliest issues of Sandman. That's it for this episode of You Think You Know Comics. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Comics Alliance for more comic facts, and check out comicsalliance.com for more comic awesomeness.